Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're going to completely change the way you start your day. We're unpacking a biology-backed secret that will literally let you wake up at 6 a.m. without feeling like complete garbage. If you're tired of wasted days and just endlessly struggling to get out of bed every morning, well, you're in the exact right place. Let's get right into it. Let's just be totally honest for a second. Are you hitting snooze like 5 times every single morning because you wake up feeling like an absolute zombie? You probably tell yourself every night, okay, tomorrow will be different. I'm finally going to wake up early and get my life together. But then that alarm goes off and it just feels physically impossible to get out of bed. If this sounds familiar, I need you to hear something right now. You aren't lazy. You're just fighting your own biology. Okay, let's really dive into this. On one hand, we have this toxic, rise and grind hustle culture. This is that intense mentality that demands brute willpower and, freezing cold showers at 4 a.m. It's totally exhausting, and for most of us, it's just completely unsustainable. So instead, we need to focus on biological alignment. This explainer is all about a balanced schedule that actually relies on psychology-backed habit tricks and low-friction mornings. That way, you can stay focused, productive, and most importantly, entirely stress-free. Part 1. Biology over willpower. To make this work, we have to drop the brute force discipline and actually understand how our bodies work. The core secret to your rest really comes down to a single number: 90. See, your sleep isn't just one long, continuous block of unconsciousness, like a computer powering down for the night. Instead, it happens in highly specific cycles, and every single one of these cycles lasts exactly 90 minutes. Think of it kind of like a wave. You start at 0 minutes in a state of light sleep. As you progress toward that 45-minute mark, your body dips all the way down into deep sleep. Then, as the cycle wraps up at the 90-minute mark, you naturally drift right back up into light sleep again. And that brings us to the massive mistake you're probably making right now: sleep inertia. It's that horrible, groggy, literally feel like you got hit by a truck feeling that takes hours to finally shake off. And why does it happen? Because your alarm is going off right at the very bottom of that wave, right smack in the middle of deep sleep. Your brain is basically being violently yanked out of its deepest state of rest. Biologically speaking, during deep sleep, your body actually reduces blood flow to your prefrontal cortex. So when your alarm jolts you awake during this phase, you are literally starving your waking brain of oxygen and energy. No wonder you feel physically ill and exhausted, right? So the fix here is actually really simple. We just need to do the math backward to completely avoid interrupting that deep sleep. If a cycle is 90 minutes, we want to wake up at the very end of a cycle when we're already back in a light sleep phase. For most people, the biological sweet spot is 5 full 90-minute cycles. If you multiply that out, it equals exactly 7.5 hours. This means the math is incredibly straightforward. If your goal is to wake up energized at 6 a.m., you absolutely do not need to force yourself into bed by 8 p.m. like a toddler. You simply need to target falling asleep right around 10:30 p.m. 7.5 hours later, your alarm catches you perfectly at the top of a sleep cycle, and boom, you wake up feeling completely refreshed. Part 2. The digital sunset. Because let's be real, hitting that perfect 10:30 p.m. sleep target is way easier said than done. You can't just hop into bed at 10:29 and expect to instantly pass out. Waking up early actually requires a prep phase that starts the night before. This is your digital sunset, and it kicks off about an hour before your target sleep time. First, you have to cut off the blue light. Seriously, no more stressing over assignments or doom scrolling on TikTok in bed. Instead, use this time to read a physical book and prep your environment for the morning. Lay out your clothes, and here's the absolute game changer. Put your phone all the way across the room. By removing the friction for tomorrow morning, you are sending a clear, undeniable signal to your brain that it is time to wind down. Part 3. Low-friction mornings. Okay, so your nighttime routine is locked in. Now we focus on the exact moment that 6 a.m. alarm finally goes off. When you hear it, your one and only goal is low-friction movement. Do not just lay there staring at the ceiling, thinking about the massive to-do list you have for the day. I want you to follow a strict 3-step protocol. Step 1, because your phone is across the room, physically stand up to turn it off. And whatever you do, do not get back into bed. Step 2, immediately drink a large glass of water to rehydrate your brain. Step 3, get natural light into your eyes as fast as humanly possible. Open the blinds or step outside for literally just 2 minutes. That light exposure completely shuts off your brain's sleep signals, letting your body know it is officially daytime. Part 4. The consistency mindset. Look, getting the biology right is incredibly powerful, but maintaining it, that requires the right mental approach. Shifting your sleep schedule isn't about achieving absolute perfection on day one. Listen to me, do not beat yourself up if you miss a day and oversleep. You're human. The goal here is to build a powerful routine that sets the tone for long-term success so you can actually enjoy your day without burning out. It's about consistency over time, not punishing yourself for an imperfect morning. Which brings us to a really powerful realization. Discipline today equals freedom tomorrow. Building the structured routine right now, doing the 90-minute math, implementing the digital sunset, embracing that low-friction morning. It might take a bit of discipline at first, but what it unlocks is an easier, burnout-free life where mornings are no longer your enemy. So, I want to leave you with this question. Which part of this routine are you going to start tonight? Will you calculate your wake-up time using the 90-minute math, or will you initiate a digital sunset? Pick one. Just commit to it tonight. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll see you in the next one.